Okay, so yeah, the ancient ram. We're currently here in Wootton-under-Edge, and we're actually in John's living quarters. John was the previous custodian of the property, and he was so for about 60 odd years, wasn't it? Before he sadly passed over, and he's left so much behind for everyone to see, and obviously for paranormal investigators like ourselves, it's such a hot spot to visit, and everywhere you look there's just stuff to see. I mean, as you can see over here, there's the remains of a mummified cat, and it was actually found by John himself in the walls. As they said, you know, back then it sort of would fend away evil spirits, and I mean, looking at that, mate, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that, and hopefully it stays in there tonight.
And yeah, guys, also, you know, this table behind us, we've been told, is a bit of a hotspot for paranormal activity as well, so we're going to make sure we set up a lot of equipment on there and spend some time around it as well when we start the investigation.
Right, I think I kind of know where we are now. Yeah, quite a sad bit of history to this part of the building. As you can see below, this is where the remains and the bones of children were found, and supposedly they'd been sacrificed upstairs. And as you can see, there's some teddies and sort of a last sort of paying the respects to the children that were found here.
Yeah, guys, so as Adam said, this is the sad final resting place for some very unfortunate stories from children, and being parents ourselves, we're going to be eager to try to make contact and maybe bring a bit of comfort to those children's spirits tonight.
And I mean, also looking around the room, there's so many little bits of kit that we didn't even expect that would be here. You can see sort of my favourite thing over here. You've got the piano, which is hopefully going to go off tonight.
And another thing in this room, guys, is a service bell. Now, on other videos that has been known to ring, so will we hear that bell ring tonight?
Right, so here we are on the first floor in the Ram, and this is the witch's room. Why the witch's room? Well, the story goes round about in the 1500s, when witchcraft and hunting witches was just rife. There was a woman who did come to the Ram and hid, and it was in this room that she supposedly hid, but unfortunately she was then found and then burnt at the stake.
Yeah, guys, so as you just heard, yet another sad story for another one of the rooms in the ancient Ram. However, this particular table, we've been told to use as much kit as possible, because kit has been known to fly off the table, cat balls roll off the table with nobody anywhere near them, so that's something we're going to try tonight.
So this where we're standing now is known as the den. Now personally, I didn't even know this room even was here in the ancient Ram, but you can sort of see from the camera angle, it's that sort of funhouse effect on the floor, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really this short compared to Adam, but that's how far the floor slopes. But yeah, so I mean, as you'll see, it's got a crib, it's got spooky dolls, it's got everything you'd need to just give that vibe that maybe something happened to a child in here. We don't know, but we're going to try and make contact anyway.
Now, where we're going to go next is the bishop's room, and usually we would just walk in the room, but this has got a bit of a tradition where, just out of respect for the people, the spirits who are supposedly haunting this place, that you have to knock 3 times before entering, so welcome to the Bishop's Room, the most haunted room here at the Ancient Ram. And why? Well, there's so many stories about this room, it's hard to know where to begin. With it being the Bishop's Room, St Mary's Church is just a little bit up the way there, and a lot of the bishops and the clergy spent their time here. This also is supposedly where the unfortunate souls of children were sacrificed, right here on these beds.
The other thing about this room, guys, is this is where the link comes into the darker side of the paganism, and that's where the child sacrifices come into it. So are we going to find a link in here to the graves below? Or we're going to do our best to offer some comfort to the spirits of those children?
So last but by no means least here in the Ancient Ram is this room, all the way up on the final floor. What's behind this door though is a bit of a surprise, so you're going to have to wait and see what we find up there.
Hi John.
Okay mate, well, come and sit down with us, you're more than welcome.
Oh God. Thank you for letting us into your home. We're just going to have a little break and then we're going to go and explore more. Oh man. Man.
Right, that was lovely, don't mind if I do.
Right guys, so
Just started night vision, yeah, how you feeling?
do you know what, we've literally just switched all the lights off and walked back down, and that's what we've just been having the conversation with each other about. It's ba-bum.
I mean again, probably going back to our last Halloween special, I think that was the last time I felt like this, like that sort of apprehension. Now it seems to have took on a completely different vibe now. All the lights have gone off, so I think let's go and show you for yourself.
Come on, let's go. Hi John, I'm the spirit of the Ancient Ram.
Hi, hope you're okay. My name's Adam.
My name's Chris.
I'm going to be here a little while investigating this beautiful building, so do feel free to come and sit down, come and talk to us. We don't mean you any harm or any disrespect.
Maybe you could come over and sit next to me.
So yeah, obviously when we were sat down before, just having a bit of a break, we did a bit of a packet read, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we were learning more about John, who owned the building for 60 odd years, wasn't it? And sort of getting to know him a little bit, and we know that sort of down here in these main quarters, where it was his home, it was where he lived, and you know, where he put so much love and effort into this building. He spent most of his time there, so we know that supposedly things go off there and books move and stuff, so we'll try and put a lot more equipment and devices over on that side now. But yeah, we'll probably just sit and call out for a little bit and see.
Yeah, I mean the aim is, guys, we're not going to rush around. We've got all night here and we haven't got the time constraint that we usually have. So for that reason we want to ease ourselves through the house. It's not going to be rushed, and
I think when you're locked in for 12 hours, it's
exactly.
Yeah.
And Halloween special, guys, it's like sit tight. You know we don't shortchange it on Halloween, so yeah. Hope you went to the toilet before it started. If there is anyone in this section with us in this room, can you please make a noise? Maybe make one of the devices on the tables light up.
Okay.
Might just be because there's a red light through there, but I thought I saw a shadow through there then as I stood up. You'll see when we go through, guys, it might not show up as a red light, but there's just literally one red bulb through there. You might see some of the bunting above me, guys, moving. That's not paranormal. There is a lovely heater. That's just, it warms this room up nicely. But if there is anyone here, can you come towards us, please? If there are any children here, maybe you could make a noise or run around and let us know where you are.
Perhaps if you're upstairs, can you maybe bang on the floor and let us know that you're up there? We don't mean you any harm or any disrespect. Come and sit down and come and talk to us. We know that you do like to make yourself known, and that's why we're here.
Are you in the other room? Did I just see you before?
Perhaps you can try and touch one of the devices that are sat on the table here for me. It won't do you any harm. You just go near it. And look, it lights up. And the same with this one here. And obviously if you go near them, they'll light up and let us know that you're here and you want to talk to us. Or equally, you don't want to talk to us.
Just to point out, guys, that is a mannequin behind Adam there.
Two dummies in one room, eh?
Maybe I can have a decent conversation with that other one tonight, yeah. Maybe you can sit next to Adam on the sofa. Show yourself as a light. Use your energy to move something. We'd love you to do that.
We're calling out to any spirits here in this beautiful building to just come forward and come and talk to us. Try and make a noise. Bang on something. Bang on something. Bang on something.
That was right on cue.
It was. Thank you, if that was you. Can you try and do that again for me?
Sounds like a knock. It's difficult because we know there's a road nearby, but that sounded like on wood. That kind of sound.
Again, thank you. If that is you, can you maybe try and come a little bit closer? Perhaps try and make that knock a little bit louder. Perhaps you can go near one of the devices that are in some of the other rooms in the house. We don't mean you any harm, we're just here out of respect and love for the building. We've heard so many stories about the history of the ancient ram, about when it was first built, what it was used for. We know there was quite a lot of love in the building. As a pub, as a home. Equally, we know that there was some malevolent spirits here too. There was some, what should we put in? Some untoward things that were going on upstairs in one of the rooms. Perhaps if you're up there, maybe you can try and make a knock or a sound and let us know that you're up there. Okay. So we're not here for confrontation, we're just here for a chat and to get to know the place and the history a little bit more. If you'd like to come and talk to us, anybody who is in the building, and try and maybe communicate through one of the devices on the table, by touching one of them or pushing one of them. Just like really still and quiet, isn't it?
I think
kind of like growing into it a little bit, you know. I think we just stepped over the threshold, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean that's. I think what it is this particular room. It's this is the welcoming room.
Definitely.
This is the room, guys, where you sit to chill out and to have a drink. We're right next to the kitchen where you just see them start, and I think this is where we literally joked to each other before, saying it was strange to be sitting there with a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and a packet of crisps in the ancient ram, and just relaxing into it. You keep going in and out of focus there as well. Is there? That's strange.
Obviously, the further we step in, hopefully, the more it'll pick up, and maybe the more whoever or whatever's here will start or try to communicate. But I always feel like it's good just to walk in and just kind of just settle down, let the building settle, and you kind of grow into it a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, well that's it. I mean, we've been here for what now? We've been here a couple of hours now, guys. So we've allowed ourselves to introduce ourselves to the building and settle in, and we've actually started quite late the investigation side of it. You know, it's probably approaching midnight already, but we've still got a long time to go tonight. So
if there is anybody here who would like to communicate with us, my name's Adam, this is Chris.
hi.
We don't mean you any harm, any disrespect. If you can try and come forward now and come into the room and let us know that you're here, maybe by making a noise or by knocking on the table.
Strange, the camera then was we've said it before, and you and has the square on it, like it's trying to discover something.
The truth, maybe.
It was I think it's trying, I don't know, I think it's trying to pick up, there's a bit on the chair there which is carved out, and it thinks it's a face, which is strange.
So obviously got the word truth.
Truth, well, I literally, I mean, I have just told the truth. Zachary. All. That's 3 quick words. Zachary, I mean, Zachary is a very biblical word, isn't it? And and obviously John was very religious.
Level.
What, Sally not talking about the floors?
Maybe it's trying to entice us to go up another level.
Yeah, true.
Because obviously that was where a lot of the stuff was sort of going on when we first arrived, and where sort of the feelings are. But yeah, it's I don't know. I think even crossing that threshold of the couch, you're still starting. I mean, I've had a few little cold shivers. I know we're moving through the building, and it's going to get a little bit colder when we move away from a heater. But we start to, I think, because you know what's on the other side of the wall as well.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I think if we should we venture through the doorway then, mate, and we'll.
I think so. I mean, it's one of them. We were trying to spend a lot of time in the different rooms in the RAM, because you know we're not here all the time. But I do feel with this is the most like relaxed, welcoming part of the place. And yeah, I think as we do venture through, it is going to sort of get going.
Sorry, I'll just flip it around and show the word that's just come through. Which again, Genesis, the book of, in the beginning.
Well, yeah, beginning of the night as well.
Exactly.
Obviously, John was a very religious figure as well, wasn't he? Who owned the property, so, and there is a lot of Bibles and
talking to Genesis and talking.
Can you hear us? If you can hear us talking, can you try and make a sound? Or is this you talking? It's very calm, isn't it?
Yeah, I was actually just going to say the same thing. It's like you can almost sense that. You can almost sense that this is the welcome mat of the house, of the home, and you can see why John stayed in this part, because it almost feels like there's a protection on this part that doesn't exist as soon as we cross through that threshold in a second. And it just goes darker, it just goes different, and that is the whole. It's foreboding. That's all I can say.
It's like, obviously, being paranormal investigators, you're not going to find the sitting on a couch and just chilling out in here. You're probably not going to find what you're sort of looking for, and you do need to venture through and go to the obviously more, I'd say more active areas, but probably the more darker areas and darker corners with the darker histories to the building.
I mean, obviously, just on the other side of this wall here, behind me, literally where that window is, just underneath. So under the floor there is where they did discover bones. You know, so straight away you cross that threshold into a different little realm, and yeah, I suppose that's what we need to do. Right, guys, so come on, I am going to put my torch on, because as I say, that little grave is just to the left and I don't want us to stand on it, so I'll put my torch off as soon as I can. So hi, we're going to come through and join you in here now. Again, my name's Chris. My friend's name's Adam. Hi.
See again, we have got some trigger objects there on the table, but I think sitting down and
We'll leave that there. Let's.
oh, it's so different now, isn't it? It's like in the dark.
Yeah. Mammoth. It's a mammoth task that we're undertaking tonight. That's for sure. If there is anyone through here with us, can you make it sound? Maybe with your voice? Can you whistle? Can you tap on something? Can you scream? Anything you can do to communicate, if you can please do so. Maybe you can touch one of us.
Are there any children here with us now? Well, that's ramped up, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the last word was density. Hammer. Okay. We'd rather you didn't. We don't mean you any harm.
Was the hammer used to perhaps dig up the floor? Maybe discover you? Obviously, we're truly sorry for what happened. If you'd like to come forward and look at that.
Article.
Article.
There's plenty of them, isn't there?
That's what I mean, obviously about the graves and what was discovered under the floor. Yeah. So quite an interesting, relevant word.
Were you one of the children or one of the slaves that was living here when you were building the church at St. Mary's? We visited there earlier on. It's a beautiful church. You did a very, very good job. But maybe you were mistreated whilst you were building the church. We'd like to help tell your story.
I heard that then, that's why I panned round.
Yeah. Thank you if that was you.
I mean, that's the thing. You're just waiting for that boom or bang or one of the devices to go off or something, and you feel it. It's coming, and it is very, very soon.
Yeah.
We're going to put an S-box on in a minute, but I don't know, we're starting to hear the taps a little bit louder. And I think that's kind of what happened before when we started investigating. It started here, didn't it?
It did.
And then as we moved through, it just got louder and louder, and whoever it was wanted to make themselves known to us. So, how you feeling?
Heavy.
Yeah.
Suddenly. Yeah, heavy. That. Yeah, heavy. That. Yeah, heavy. That. That behind you or behind me?
What was behind you? I sort of went like that, but it was like a click following.
That was a click behind me, yeah. Can you do that again? That was a car going past, guys. That wasn't a car going past, guys. That wasn't a car going past, guys. That wasn't.
No. Can you try and come a little bit closer for us, please? I mean,
Traction.
obviously, what the building is now is an attraction, isn't it?
Yeah.
For paranormal investigators alike. So, yeah, obviously we know what the building's used for now, but we're just here out of respect, just to try and maybe find some answers. Perhaps tell your story. Did I see you here before? Show yourself as a light.
Can you feel how cold it's gone now?
Again, it's really difficult because it's so warm in there, and it's trying
like
to.
Like a draft. Feel it on my face.
Mm.
Are you happy that we're here? Don't say maybe yes.
I thought it was a no.
Can you see us? Female voice there. Can you tell us the name of where we are? I thought I heard the scream.
It's so, I mean, obviously sat back here, like backed yourself up into a corner, because there's so much noise that comes out of that. It's like such a vulnerability.
Yeah.
To you that if there is noises and stuff going off, you don't know where. If it is getting closer, you can't.
That's what I mean. I thought I heard the female like. It might have been through here, but I mean we've got enough bloody cameras going on, guys. We'll the other cameras should be able to hear the S-box on, so I'll check the footage back. Did I just hear you screaming?
Definitely female voice.
Can you tell us the name of the building, please?
How are you associated to this building, maybe?
Hello, maybe?
Come forward, come and talk to us. Come and tell us who you are. You try and give us some sort of sign that you're here through the device. Warning. I thought it said warning.
Warning.
Yeah.
Warning or morning. What are you warning us about? Yeah. That was a good one. What are you trying to do? That was like a...
Yeah.
Some very strange noises coming out of this though that we've never heard before. Oh, do you feel that then? I know a car just went past, but it literally felt like this bench jumped up and down. Did you just move the bench that I'm on? That's just gone across there then. Literally like a mist just went whoosh down that way.
Maybe tell us an object that's in the room with us now.
Are you in the barn?
How strange is that?
Laughed my arse off. What? Didn't even know that was it.
No. Very modern. Very modern.
Adam.
Fair enough.
You got something to say to Adam?
Sounded very similar to that warning sort of thing again. So. Ooh, unmanageable. Definite bug.
Hello.
That was deep voice there.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to turn this off now. Do you want to say anything else? I'm dead.
feeling?
It's crazy how I know we say it all the time when we use the S-Box and then we turn it off.
Quickly.
It goes quiet, but it literally has gone extra quiet.
Mm.
Chicken.
He's trying to say we're too scared.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the Back to the Future, Marty McFly wants to kind of have that out, but
I mean, again, it's really hard to explain because with the S-Box before, it was sort of when we were upstairs, it was kind of doing that blocking out, and we only really got when we were down here a few words anyway, didn't we?
Yeah.
But we got a clear get out and then out. And then nothing, and then we had a lot of static interference from that. So it's sort of like going, you get the odd little word. We never had such infrequent words, and a lot of like really sharp, loud, like alarms and stuff, like kind of really shrieks. But I mean, again, it might just be the location where we are, but it's just, again, it's something different for us. It's never happened for us on the S-Box before, has it? So
I think what we'll do, guys, there's more seats just behind us by the fireplace. We're literally going to gently work our way through the whole house.
yeah.
And so come on, we're not chicken.
His famous last words.
Rocking chair. If that starts moving, we're off.
a rocking chair, piano. I mean, you couldn't ask for better trigger objects, really, could you? Be great. Obviously, if there is somebody here who'd like to communicate by maybe touching one of the objects on the table, we'd gratefully appreciate that. There's obviously two balls and a bell. You can go and push one of them. They'll make a little noise. You can go and push one of them. They'll make a little noise. You can go and push one of them. They'll make a little noise, so they'll light up. So if that was you before who showed themselves as a light, thank you. Could you try and do that again for me, please? Perhaps try and knock on something. Again, if you are a child, please don't be afraid. Come and talk to us. We won't mean you any harm. We're just as shocked and saddened to hear about what happened here. I hope wherever you are, even if you do come back here and visit, that you are at peace. And you finally found maybe your family and you're with them again. How do you feel on the, I know we haven't moved far, but Joe, since you've moved over this side, and obviously we just bear in mind we were literally the other side of that wall there, behind that wheel. But how do you feel on this side?
Standing here, I feel more comfortable than I did sitting there. And maybe because we've moved a bit further away from the grave.
I feel exactly the same as well. That's why I asked you, because I've sat here and I feel quite comfortable now.
Yeah, like this.
I know I can't see, because in my camera shot there I can see the barrel, but I can't see that. I think I just about make out the cross actually, but I can't see the actual grave. So I don't know if it's that kind of out of sight, out of mind sort of thing, or
Yeah, exactly.
what.
You won't be used to seeing some of the toys that we've got. They will all be new to you. Or if you're an adult who's here, not so much toys as pieces of equipment, tools for the job that we do. That's all they are. Please don't be afraid. Maybe you were a joiner. Maybe you were an innkeeper. Maybe you were a blacksmith. Violent.
Okay. Violent, and then obviously I missed that. So began. Violent began. So is this possibly the beginning of...
Okay. Are you
something?
warning us? Is that what you were warning us about before? Who is it who was violent?
That's the lock-off camera gone.
That's gone quickly.
Hmm.
Right, so...
Obviously we're going to have to change that battery there, but I mean, isn't it strange that I said like violent began. It's like began, and then that camera's just gone off down there, obviously. Just down there, you won't see it now because the light's gone off, because the camera is, the battery's just drained on it.
Quite.
Quite quickly, yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously I'll have to go and change that then, won't we?
You don't want to sit here on your own,
I don't mind, yeah.
I'll literally be 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Symptom.
Obviously you can still see the cap holes there and the bell yet to go off. REM pod yet to go off. Hopefully when we move away, maybe somebody or something will make itself known. Oh. Then should we try in there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
So we haven't really done it now, have we, just because of signal and stuff, so...
Does that actually rock?
What? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes it does. I mean the house has got everything.
I mean, if I've just rocked that, guys, so if we find at some point, in fact, let me just stop it. If there's anyone in here, can you make a noise? Maybe you can show yourself by the fireplace.
I say this is an adjustment for me as well, because I've been looking through the viewfinder for the last half an hour and now I haven't got the camera to see what's around me, and it's just
And
it's pitch black.
That's the difference through this side as well. We haven't even got that, like that. We had that little snug room, as we've called it, which actually did have some light coming through, so it wasn't pitch black. But here, I did hear a story that maybe there's somebody that hung themselves from one of these beams. It's a very sad story, and I'm very sorry if it's true. Maybe if it was true and your spirit's still here, can you make a noise or show yourself?
Can you show yourself as a light? Well, I don't know whether something just shot across low level. It looked like a white light. Very low level, very quick. And I mean, it's strange. When I was sat in the other room before,
Yeah.
and I was looking through into obviously where John's bit was, and I kept thinking I was seeing something low level, and I was kind of dismissing it. But hasn't the cat been seen here? Or hasn't the cat been seen?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just trying to depict this
Well,
cat on the wall sort of thing.
I mean, I saw the low mist. I thought I saw a low mist right by the grave thing before.
It's only just the way that sort of moved, very low level and very quickly. It would have been sort of how a cat would kind of bound across. But thank you if that was you. Can you try and do that again for me, please? Just let us know that that is you here and you're trying to communicate with us. I don't know, maybe it's just my eyes kind of playing tricks, but yeah, it's strange. I just know that this is really going to change the minute we walk up those stairs, because I feel like once you sit in a room and you become sort of acclimatised to where you are and you settle in, you start getting comfortable. And I know how long we've been here, and that's just not happening upstairs for me. I don't know about you, but I just do not get
there's an apprehension.
And I mean, it's more worrying than the toilets up there as well. So,
Yeah.
It's walking through the building, going up there. If you've ever been here, you'll know what we're talking about. But
I think if we go upstairs and head into the witch's room, do you think?
yeah. Obviously, that's where before we had the EMF meters going off sporadically. There was no real explanation for that. It's just a strange room, isn't it? Obviously, we'll talk more about it when we get up there. But this is the part I'm not looking forward to at all.
I know there's no there's no easy thing to go. I'll go up the stairs first or second. It's do you want to be followed up or by someone you know or someone you don't know? Shall I go first?
Since you've got the camera, I'll try and put the torch down at the bottom so you can see where you're going. Watch it out as well.
Where does that go to? That's where we've just been in that other room, isn't it? Hi. We're going to come up now to say hello. Hi again.
Hello. I'll have to leave that door open, or
I think if we close it over for this bit and then, do you think? And close ourselves in.
So, I mean, obviously where we are is the witch's room, so we've just come up onto the first floor. I suppose the story goes it was around about the 1500s, height of, you know, witch hunting, so to speak. I know that, you know, sort of many moons ago, as I tell my kids when I'm educating them, that you know, it was a very different world back then. I think there was a lot of fret and worry about particular women, especially intelligent women, because it wasn't their place to sort of be the thinkers, to be the visionaries, so to speak. And I think anyone that they took a bit of a distaste or dislike to, they'd be branded a witch. And the story goes that again, such a woman did seek refuge here, was due to be on trial for witchcraft, managed to escape and hid in the ancient ram, and took refuge in this actual room, hence why it's called the witch's room. But she was unfortunately found and then burnt at the stake. So if you would like to have a conversation with us, perhaps you can try and make a noise.
Right on cue for the car.
Maybe that was making a noise of a car, who knows? And try and push one of the devices, maybe on the chair or on the table. I'll just smack the one that's on the bed to make that one go off. I mean, there's an object on the table as well, with some little crystals on. Perhaps maybe you can go over and touch one of them. Because you know that you've managed to do that before. Again, I buy into that story that, you know, you were wrongfully accused. So sort of at this point, when you were here, I know you probably would have been feeling extremely anxious, scared, perhaps a little bit worried, for fear that someone's going to find you. And that's not us. We're just here to try and maybe put your story forward and tell people that maybe that's not what it was. And if that is true, can you maybe try and give us some sort of sign? Maybe you are the witch, and that's what you did here, and that's why they found you. Do you like being labelled? I mean, this room is the witch's room because of you. Do you like that?
Maybe you can...
Oh,
Oh my god. Maybe you can...
Oh,
Oh my god.
thank you. Does that roll towards
Thank you
you?
so much.
That just roll at you, did it?
That just rolled straight off. Thank you.
Okay.
Wow.
Obviously, it wouldn't have got the roll, but I mean, like you heard it and it lit up.
Oh, the lock-off camera will...
I was just trying to get that Joe rolling towards you, but I mean, again, you
Are you?
you'd already sat down, didn't you? And you didn't knock the table, did you?
No. That's literally just rolled straight off towards me, and it's... Wow. And you can see I'm not moving. And that's not flashed in all the time we've been in here.
I'll put it back in the middle of the table and obviously see if it...
Do you know, because I can see, I didn't realise this is like a spirit board in front of us, because we don't use spirit boards, guys. And, you know, we don't want you to interact on the spirit board, but maybe you just did because it says goodbye. But that literally hasn't gone off in all that time.
No. And you were sat down for at least a good 30 seconds to a minute there before that rolled, and
God, my heart's pounding.
I mean, that's mad, isn't it?
And it literally straight towards me.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And it started flashing before it started rolling. So something has interacted with it to start it rolling. So thank you. Is that your way of saying that you trust us? Or given it rolled towards the word goodbye? Was that your way of saying that you've left the room? That's changed it up a bit, hasn't it?
Just starting to feel comfortable then as well.
I mean, it seems we're in the witch's room. Should we use the Witcher app?
I think it's probably one of the better places to do it, or I can't think of anything better.
See them? Can you tell us where you are in the room?
He saw.
Behind the Chris.
Yeah.
I've got chills now. I mean, I've
I've
got chills.
like sank into this chair.
Was it you that just moved that ball towards me? Push. Get out. Hello. Ball.
I thought that said ball.
Yeah. Can you tell us what you did with the ball? Maybe you can do it again. Come on, now you've learned how to play with these. Maybe you can do that again. Something near me. Are you in the chair opposite Adam? Ball.
You definitely see. Obviously, there is 3 cat balls in here.
Are you trying to move the ball again? Push it, maybe.
Is this a man or a woman that we're talking to? I don't know, something really lit up, that's why I looked.
It was the screen on there.
That definitely lit up, didn't it? It caught my eye. I know behind the camera's been doing whatever because something's on charge, but
I wonder if it's...
did that stop recording?
Yeah.
I think that's memory card or
Memory card.
already full. Is it because it's 4K? Is it like eating it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
So then if we finish this section...
We're alright, and then we'll just go and get another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'll
Sit there.
we'll leave that going. Now I've sat in a different part. If you are still in here, can you roll that ball towards me again? No.
Does he use? This is.
I saw something go across the wall behind the bed then. Did I just see you over by the bed?
It's like never.
Yeah. Why don't you like being seen?
It's just again, obviously we're both walking around as well, just to even add further credence to that. It's, you know, it's an old house and it's like a proper slanty floor, but 2 big fellas have been walking around up and down and stomped through, and that ball has not moved at all. just
Strange.
it's hard, really hard
And you
to.
would expect it to follow the table down to the
Yeah.
window, not come straight across towards me.
Yeah, obviously has, isn't it? Because you can see the goodbye bit
Yeah.
on the table, and then nothing kind of happened after that.
Yeah.
So,
Bizarre.
this, I mean, obviously you can put your own spin on it if you want, but it's kind of what I don't know. Leave it up to you to.
Yeah.
1:30. Oh, what? Quarter of the way through. Third of the way. Obviously the stop starting and doing the cameras isn't helping, but obviously we're trying to film the episode, aren't we? So it can't be helped. And obviously with the activity we're just had in this room. I hope to God that was him. Yeah, he's not coming through. Did you come straight through then?
What?
Did you come straight through?
Straight through.
That was a bloody bang. I thought, oh, that's you. And then there was like silence. I thought, is that him just shutting the main door? But it was like a thump, like, like a light going on and off, but you weren't even in the property. You were in the kitchen bit. Because I was waffling to camera, and then I just did like a thump.
Funnily enough, I did think when I went down the stairs then, I walked a bit faster going that way because I did think, just as I switched the light on, at the bottom of the stairs, that I heard a knock. And there's like a bench by the rocking chair. I mean, obviously the rocking chair wasn't moving, otherwise you'd have heard
It was downstairs, definitely. It was like a clunk.
Christ.
What's your head on that one again? Yeah.
I can't see anything, so I literally am coming in here blind.
So we're gonna go in the den now.
Mate, I can't see.
I can't see anything either. You might have I got the torch.
When you look at the screen.
I think getting in and getting settled is the way.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at it. Watch this. You ready?
Oh, the bike, yeah.
Oh
There's
man.
stool behind you under that.
Stool.
There.
Yeah. Right. So we just finished the witch's room, and we're in the room next to it now, which is called the den. Now, I mean, I'll flip it round, and we'll show you some of the lovely items we've got in this very, very tiny room to keep us company. So firstly, we've got a crib, obviously a few stuffed animals. There is a cat ball in there as well. We've got a absolutely beautiful doll's pram with a lovely doll in there as well.
We've got
Go on.
a rocking horse. Oh, and that was me moving the rocking horse. The table is on a slope, so we did angle it to capture the ball, otherwise it rolls off. So yeah.
And yeah, we've obviously got a REM pod on here as well. Fingers crossed that goes off, but I'm going to retreat back into my little corner to try and capture the whole room, because it is a very tiny room.
Yeah, it's a snug, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, snug, very snug. This is the room I didn't like when we were walking around. I don't know.
I think anything with like bassinets and cots and cribs left in it, it's just strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just got this little feel to it, like this was a room someone hid in. Like this was the, I don't know, there's something about this room I can't quite put my finger on.
If there is anybody in this room with us now, possibly a child, or maybe somebody who looked after children, could you maybe try and give us a sign? Possibly by knocking on something, or touching one of the devices. We don't mean you any harm. My name's Adam, this is Chris.
Hi.
Perhaps you'd like to come and talk to us.
If you were with us in the other room, maybe you can touch the ball that's in the crib, in the cot, and it'll light up just like the other one did. It'll let us know that you're here. I keep seeing like a little ball of light on the floor by the door there. Very faint, like something's trying to make itself known. I'll join you in the top button club here as well, because it's getting a little bit nippy now.
Bit chilly, isn't it? I think something maybe to add to the room might be another piece of equipment that we've got with us, mate.
Music box?
I think so, yeah.
Where is it?
It's just on the side here.
Ah, right. A perfect room for this then.
I think so, yeah.
Well,
maybe not for us.
It's the perfect room for you guys, but
Yeah.
not for us. Jesus, okay. Right.
So, you know, we've had things, or something or someone react to this before. So fingers crossed, whoever might want to come out and maybe touch it or dance or...
So this box will play music. Maybe if you like the music, you can come towards us in this room.
What?
Tap.
Oh, it was a tap, sorry, I thought it was lighting up.
You can close the door on the room, close us in. Use your energy to do something, let us know that you're here. We mean you no harm. Do you feel like we're being watched now?
It's hard because now it's this sort of middle corridor syndrome, I find, that because there's rooms off us and feel very vulnerable
I don't know, it's hard, isn't it? I feel quite vulnerable a little bit with that middle corridor syndrome, and like backing myself up into the corner. But I can see out there into the witch's room as well. I thought I saw something on the floor before, but it's quite hard when I pan the camera around because the IR light in that room as well, on the light in the corner, hits ours. So it's just a strange room. I don't know whether it's one of those things where they just put something in here to make it that little bit creepier.
Yeah.
Which, fair play, well done.
Yeah.
But because obviously that's got a story to it, hasn't it? The Bishop's Room's got a story to it.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know this was here.
Yeah,
So,
you never see anybody filming in here.
No. So I don't know. But I mean, it is interesting, obviously, when you believe in things like attachment theories, and sort of it must have a story. It's had children in.
Yeah.
So why not? But obviously we've done what we can, and we're trying to utilise the time that we're here to explore every room and show you. Because I don't recall seeing this room on any sort of videos, but
So
just have to go turn
we are coming in now. That being drained.
We definitely turned it on. Not again, is it? What else has gone off as well?
It's what?
Camera's off as well. Hang on a minute. Right, okay.
What? So guys, I'm going to switch that off. Adam, can I pass you that? I have got... Sorry mate, can you just shine the torch over here? I've got another battery. So I assume it's been a battery drain.
Again, just chunky battery.
Yeah, battery drain.
And that was the last camera to be set up as well, wasn't it? That's a bit of a pain, isn't it? And no wonder it hasn't gone off.
So I'm recording again. Well, that's
So, just come in the Bishop's room, and what's happened?
well, you've seen it before, guys, in places. The 360 had completely drained. Well, the 360 had switched itself off, should I say?
Just on there, yeah.
Because when I switched it off and switched it back on again, it was working, which I will just test now. So it'd be interesting if that has gone off at all.
So that's settled, and yeah. That's so strange.
So if you move, yep,
Yeah.
so it's picking you up, picking me up. So we'll switch it off while we're here, but it'd be interesting to see. Hopefully that has stayed on long enough.
But it
So
is
actually-
interesting that we've had that
Battery
battery
drain,
go. Now obviously we're using the same batteries on this camera. We've been going 2.5 hours, and I've only had one slight bar drop because they're 8-hour batteries, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, and they haven't lasted what, 3 So, so, I mean, again, just before we get going, so Bishop's room, no, sorry, just knock my head on there. So, supposedly in this room, this is the most active area in the whole building. Bishops resided here, still here. Very demonic presence that have been felt here. All pagan rituals, all the sacrifices for the bodies that were buried downstairs of the children were, I think it was up here that they were killed, and then they would have been dragged through the house and then down onto the bottom level, and that's where they were discovered, where they'd been basically thrown and discarded. But whatever is in here is not very nice, to put it one way. So it will be interesting to see. Fingers crossed we put the app on. We'll get a few conversations going and hopefully try and maybe call out whoever or whatever is here. But yeah, we've got the cat ball on there, haven't we?
Yeah.
We'll get this on and we'll just do some. What's that noise again? Do you hear it? That's you. Can you do that again for us, please? If that was you, come forward and come do that again for me, please. Again, I don't think the audio would have picked that up. It was just too far away.
Yeah.
But very, very similar noise to what we heard before. Okay. So if there is anybody here, my name's Adam, this is Chris.
Hi.
We don't mean any harm, any disrespect. We are here just to have a conversation with you. Perhaps you can maybe tell us your name through the device that's on the bed. It's a word database. You can manipulate the electromagnetic frequency in there and possibly choose a word.
Children.
Right,
Children,
obviously,
okay.
what we were just saying before, very relevant.
Yeah.
So there would have been, as well as religious figures, children up here, because this is the room that they were sacrificed in. Is this perhaps one of the children that we're talking to? I mean, again, there is another device on the bed that will light up if you go near it, and you can also communicate that way. Or are we speaking to maybe somebody else who's not a child? Possibly a man?
Oh.
Okay.
Took my breath away then. Suddenly struggled to take a deep breath then.
3.
3. The trilogy.
It's funny again though, because pretty sure on the live that we did, a lot of people thought they heard or 3 was mentioned.
Right.
I can't remember where, I'd have to go back, but I know a lot of them were saying 3. Perhaps 3 children were here, or 3 children are here. If there is, please don't be afraid. We don't mean you any harm. We're just here to talk to you.
As we've said, please don't be afraid because we dress a bit differently. And don't be afraid of what...
Laura.
Nora. Because I was just about to actually say, funnily enough, if there are 3 children here, can you tell us your names? So we've got 1.
And you associate that with sort of an old woman, don't you? But clearly,
But the old woman
The
was a
age,
young girl at
it's-
some
yeah.
point, and that's an old name.
definitely. Are there any other children here? Maybe you can give us your name as well. So we've had 1. And perhaps give us another. Or maybe give us another sign that you're here.
Maybe you're afraid to come in
Free.
the
Free, as in free me. Or
Free?
I'm free.
I was literally in the course saying maybe you're afraid to come into this room, and don't be afraid. We'll help protect you. If there are any evil spirits in here, we're not afraid.
There is another cat ball on that bed as well, isn't there?
There is, yes. You don't.
Trying?
Sorry, mate.
Okay.
Go on.
Can you try and make a sound? Clearly you can affect equipment. Maybe use the energy off the camera. Or from us.
We're gathering.
Okay,
We are
interesting.
gathering, okay. Well, I was just about to say, we've been told that you have a lot of energy. So maybe it's time that you showed that to us. Show us that you have a lot of energy. Move something in the room. Close the door. Move something in another room. Prove to us that you are powerful. Prove to us that you have the energy.
Sad.
For any of the children that are here, maybe you can tell us the name of somebody who was close to you. Tell us something that meant something to you, your favourite colour, maybe.
Doorway.
Perhaps try and show yourself in the doorway. Or maybe it's because you don't want to cross that threshold and come in. And that's where you are. Which is
Which
fine.
doorway? Are you trapped outside the door, or are you trapped inside here in this room?
Frustration.
Frustration.
Very similar words from before.
Yeah.
That doorway, that frustration. Again, they are relevant, so why wouldn't they repeat themselves?
Why are you frustrated?
It's because we know what you did. You didn't get away with it. We know what went on in here.
Ooh, fuck.
Okay.
Something touched my face. Literally something stroked my face. That Was that
The
you?
battery.
The battery, indeed. The battery did die. And we have changed it. Perhaps you can try and make it drain again.
Did you just touch my face? That was horrible.
Or was it like a hand or?
It's literally like one finger down the side of my cheek.
Hopefully the look off there.
Oh.
Picture.
My face is a picture at the moment, I'll tell you that. I mean, thank you. If you are one of the children and that was you, thank you. That was very gentle. It didn't feel nasty. Maybe you could do the same to Adam.
Face.
Ooh.
Oh, face.
Wow, okay.
Thank you.
I think that must mean it must be a child then.
Yeah. Maybe you can move one of the balls that we've placed on the bed.
Just because they haven't kind of moved. You can see, look, I've just rolled that and it lights up, and there is another one on the other bed. So you can try and maybe push it and play with it. Maybe now it's down on the ground. Maybe you can try and roll it back.
Busy.
Busy.
Fair enough. I mean, we used to say, you know, in the spirit world, maybe that.
Maybe if we roll the other one towards the door. Or under the bed. Oh, where's that gone?
It's underneath the. I swear if a hand comes down at me on it.
I know, that's what I thought when I picked it up. Yeah. Yeah. You forget on the slopes, don't you?
Elma.
Elma.
Again,
Elma.
really old name,
Old
huh?
name as well.
Nora Elma.
Elma, E-L-M-E-R. So come on, we've placed those toys onto the floor now. So you don't have to get on the bed. Maybe you don't like the beds.
Doorway.
Doorway again. Yeah.
There's one of the balls in the doorway. Maybe if you want to kick it.
Oh mate, I'm
Touch it.
so cold right now.
Yeah. Perhaps you can maybe show yourself as a light in the doorway. Or walk past the doorway. I'm kind of glad that I'm sat behind the doorway.
I know.
You're right, looking right down it.
Ironically, it's not as bad when you can't see through the viewfinder.
Appear.
Appear.
Yeah, so doorway, appear. So if you could try and appear in the doorway, we'd appreciate that. Obviously that's why we're here, to try and communicate with you. You could appear in the doorway. Maybe knock on something in the doorway. Or even come in and just maybe sit here next to me. perhaps this room shouldn't be open.
Shadow.
Shadow.
The door will appear as a shadow in the doorway, maybe.
Maybe. Well, we're watching. If you can show yourself as a shadow.
I mean, maybe some of these doors shouldn't be open up here. Perhaps you can try and close them. Or push them or knock on one of them.
It's felt again, just like gentle, just like a gentle finger.
Right guys, so obviously I think what we'll do, we'll close the door over because I feel like there is quite a lot of energy in this room. It's clearly been draining equipment, so hopefully maybe doing the headphones experiment again in here with myself. Fingers crossed we might get something. I think what I'm going to do, trying to add to that, because I remember the last time I said this, possibly being blindfold would be good. I'm just going to sit back and I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to try and keep them closed. And yeah, and just kind of just phase myself out and just see what happens. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Okie doke.
Right, just sort the volume out on this because it doesn't seem to be coming through. That's because the sound will be down. Yeah. Kill someone. Ooh.
Right, okay. And
Finally.
who do you intend to kill? Can you tell us the name of
It's a pub.
It's a pub.
Very clear. It's a pub. Look at me.
Where are you and we'll look at you?
Chair.
You're in the chair. Can you show
Ring.
yourself? Which chair? Am I in your chair? Is Adam in your chair?
It's a very deep male, aggressive voice. Didn't make it out. Honestly, I'm just going to turn this down a second. just, can you see me jumping a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that just goes to show my eyes are closed and I'm proper in, but every time that like makes a sudden noise, it just genuinely scares me. I think I've had to turn it down just slightly a little bit, maybe it was too loud, but I can't even describe what it's like with your eyes closed, mate. Generally, it's proper implicit trust that if something happens, you're going to let me know.
Yeah.
But it is like sort of, oh, yeah, but we'll carry on with it. But there is that. I mean, the male voice is so clear on this.
Well, I'm just going to move to sit on the bed, just in case you look up and I've changed that where I am.
Do it now for me,
Yeah.
just so I don't absolutely brick it, just in case I open my eye by accident and I think, oh my god, he's gone. Okay.
Okay.
That helps. Oh, damn, sorry. Sort that out. Right, okay, let's turn it up now. The sound of men.
What's the names of the
Oh.
men?
Sorry. I can't describe how horrible it is with your eyes closed. I thought you were there. I don't know.
Can you tell Adam your name?
You have to. What?
Can you tell Adam your name, please? Can you tell us the name of where we are?
She says.
What's her name?
There is help.
What is there help for?
There's a lot of voices I just can't make out. It's like a lot of people trying to get something or have this say.
If there are any children, use my energy
Like male and female
to
just
come through.
battling.
Make yourself stronger than the adults.
Alright, James.
Hi, James.
Honestly, it's horrible.
Can you tell us the name of the room we're in?
What about you?
I think it's called the Bishop's Room. Do you know it by another name?
Hello. I'm a cousin. Yeah?
Who are you a cousin of?
There was something before that. It sounded like Kill Adam. And then has been. Oh my God.
Why would you want to kill Adam? Nobody's hurting anybody. Please apologise to Adam.
Your heart. Find Adam.
Find Adam and apologise. You're not killing anybody anymore. You don't have the power. You don't have the strength.
Argument.
You can argue all you like. You've not shown us anything to show that you've got the strength.
Something's watching. Whisper.
Who's watching? Come on again, you don't have the strength anymore, do you?
Lift him, maybe?
Lift who?
Sound like Chris, and then look who's. Nice.
If you can threaten both of us, surely you can tell us your name.
He comes to you. In that exact sort of, he comes to you.
Where? In this room?
Seven, possibly, could have been a number. That's horrific with your eyes closed, mate. I can't even describe how different that is compared to the last time I did that.
See, that was quite a sinister male seemed to be dominating there.
I mean, even when Joe and I first put my headphones on and the minute I closed my eyes, I heard the back end of your voice, but you sound like you're there. So straight away, you just don't know where sound's coming from. So that's when I just turned it up.
Yeah.
But obviously, turn it up, and when it like skips over the frequency, and Joe jumps a bit, that scares me because it honestly it's so disorientating. But I settled into it a little bit, but clearly, I mean, you can still hear the female, but the male-female battle there, but there was a clear, dark, gruff male voice that was dominating that quite a lot. And there was a lot, I mean, I don't think I said anything for a good minute at one point, but there was just so much, it was just so hard to process any sort of clear words, but it was just too fast for me. But yeah, I mean, I've got to say, next time you do that, just immerse yourself and blindfold. It was hard at first to keep my eyes closed, but doing it's so different. Yeah, I had to forget where I was at the minute there and thought, right, I'm not sat in the most haunted room, in the most haunted place, locked in. You know, you just definitely just implicit trust that you was still sat there when I opened my eyes, because if you'd gone, there'd be no more haunted Scouse. I'll tell you that right now.
I'd never do that. So guys, before we go upstairs, what we've decided to do is I brought the music box in. So if we have been interacting with children in here, then maybe they'll like the music. So we're just going to do what we've done in the past. We've got the lock off camera. I'm just going to open the music box, let it play, and when we walk out the room, we're going to close the door over behind us and maybe sealing the energy within the room. When we do come back in, or one of us comes back in, then maybe it'll have built some energy up. So yeah.
Where's the door? Christ.
If you do like that music, feel free to go towards it. Sorry mate.
Step.
No, that's my bad, that's sorry.
Just kind of forget where you are in the house, don't you?
Hi. Hope you don't mind us coming up to speak to you. Now,
Okay.
we're knocking ourselves out. It's that top, watch your head. It's that top beam.
Oh yeah, it's just gone down my back.
Yeah, that's when I got it on my shoulders. Hi, we came up here before. And we're going to go back downstairs soon, but if you're draining the energy from everything that we're using, can you do that to the torch, please? Stairs go brighter then?
Don't think so, no.
It either moved or it changed. Did you just move the torch?
Again, it's just like it's really calm and still now. It's sort of maybe done it for this little section, and then I think possibly splitting up and covering a bit more ground individually, and maybe having that one-on-one might try and entice whoever or whatever out to come and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to say it, like, but
Okay, so we're going to go downstairs again now. But thank you if you have been interacting with us. We're still here for the rest of the night. We're still here for the rest of the night. That torch just went dim then. Thank you if that was you making the torch go dim. It's flashing. See it? Thank you.
that might end up being one of those moments that you need to see it for yourself with your own eyes, because I mean, I haven't been looking through the viewfinder now purposely looking at it, and I don't think I could spot it on night vision, so
Yeah, it's difficult, guys. Maybe the night vision will pick up the torch flickering then, but with my own eyes I can see that it was faded, then it went brighter, then it's faded again, and it flickered, and now it's settled again. But no, I think it's time to move back downstairs, mate, and let's get ready to split up.
yeah. Okay.
Ow!
Kicked the
Christ, big full moon there. Is the camera picking that up?
I'll put it through now.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah. I almost sent you a picture of that last night. So it was at that wedding, and I was stood outside and thought, full moon, thought, I bet you there's going to be one tomorrow.
yeah.
Spooky.
Everything's still there, man. What's still there?
That man's still looking at me, and shit, not going to look at him.
Are we brewing up before we carry on?
So,
Yeah.
So a bit of a break.
Reset and break, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll leave that on then, because we're going to sit yeah. Let's just do a headphone. We're going to do the Xbox headphone, and then that's 5 or 10 minutes. But I think 5 or 10 minutes of that, you need to do minimum 5, but maximum 10, and you get some really good responses. And then do you hear that? strange. But yeah, like the door was something.
It does look sort of soft as well, back like trying to get into it.
I want to eat these fucking things. Yeah, Tesco, I'm playing that there. Pair of scissors to get into a sausage roll, what's that all about? You know, it's not a resealable pack.
What was you? The little tiny creepers or the couch, like.
No?
So did I. I thought it was you. I know that your right foot creaked on that, but then I thought it was your ass cheek on the couch.
No. That's still running.
No.
See if the audio's picked that up, guys, but yeah. Strange. Right guys, so what we're going to do, given that we've had the experience with the cat ball on the table in here, we decided to go and get the S-Box and do the headphone experiment. So you guys know how this works. I put the headphones on, I can't hear what Adam's asking, but I will say what I hear through here. So I'll put these on.
Obviously not going to say anything for the first minute, just to see what he says. That's quite interesting. I haven't said anything.
Phantom.
Okay.
Insidious. Hope it doesn't mean like the film.
Perhaps you can try and give us your name.
Whoa, that was like a telephone ringing. Like an old-fashioned telephone.
Strange. Okay. Is this the person who rolled the cat ball at Chris before?
Mister. It wasn't. Like child's voice, it wasn't.
Right, okay. So, this is a child that we're talking to. Perhaps. We've had a lot of children here tonight. So again, was that a child who...
Again? Like an old-fashioned telephone ringing.
Maybe pick it up. You perhaps try and go and stand near Chris if you can see him. Or maybe go near some equipment near Chris. Try and set it off again.
Telephone again. But like an old-fashioned one where you used to lift it and put it to your ear. And you had to wind it.
Strange, I don't think there's any of them in the house. I'll have to check. You perhaps try and give us your name.
On the floor.
What's on the floor? you see us now?
Fuck you.
Right, okay.
That was a child's voice saying that as well.
Oh, very nice. Love how we said it.
Patriotism.
Love how he said it was.
Kindness.
Well, that's what we're here for. We don't mean you any harm, any disrespect. Why don't you give us your name?
See you in the morning.
So is that, I mean, obviously you rolled the cat ball before and that roll to goodbye. Is that your sort of sign off again? I'll see you in the morning.
First step.
That's interesting. Is this possibly one of the witches that was hiding here that we're speaking to now? Try and give us your name.
It rolled.
It did. Well, the cat ball rolled off the table. You try and give us your name.
I didn't as a child, and then we know that was an adult voice, a male.
So we are quite conflicting at the minute with a child and an adult. So can we perhaps speak to the adult or the older person, and can they come forward and have a conversation with us? You maybe give us your name or age, or how you're associated to the building.
I'm fully protected.
Okay, well that's good.
People took advantage.
What did they do? How did they take advantage?
All gone.
What's all gone? Possibly the bones that were buried downstairs.
Ooh. Something grabbed me bollocks then.
In the wrong room.
I do not give you permission to do that. That was strange. It's like something cut me bollocks. And I apologise, guys. I wouldn't say anything like that if it didn't happen. And cross my legs, I think. Feel violated.
You try and do that again for me, please. He loves it, really.
Outnumbered.
We outnumbered? Or do you feel outnumbered? Was that what happened when you were found? And you ended up being burnt at the stake?
In front of you.
Okay, if you'd like to try and show yourself in front of us, please do.
Water.
Maybe try and tell us an object in this room that you're standing near. Maybe where you are.
The evil something.
So who was evil? It's somebody who's still here. Somebody maybe comes here in visitation. Maybe somebody who's grounded here. You try and tell me the name or occupation. I'm assuming whoever this is does like Chris. So why don't you go and touch him again? Or poke him?
Ooh, that was a strange noise. Like a very throaty ooh. East. East or beast. But it was a child's voice.
Again, another child. Is this perhaps a child that we're speaking to now? Maybe tell us how old you are. Maybe something about you.
I'm dead.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to state the obvious, but how did you die? Can you tell us how you died? Or what happened to you?
Smoke.
Smoke. Again, is this possibly the lady?
He's taken. Don't take. Hang them.
Wow. Okay. So he's taken. So is this someone who can see?
Lynch.
Right. Okay. So yet again, trying to piece it all together. This woman that we may be speaking to can saw the children being taken, but then also
Need help.
Also you're describing yourself and the situation, what happened to you, and a mob came looking for you. You needed help.
Prey on the weak. Very deep voice. Prey on the weak.
That must be maybe a male presence that's been felt here. You must have been preying on the weak, such as children.
Cheltenham, I think it. You're Adam.
I am. Thank you. Who am I talking to? Perhaps you can tell me your name.
Who's Adam?
I'm Adam. That's me. So I'm over here. Obviously Chris is the one speaking with the headphones on, sat in the chair. I'm assuming you don't like us being here in your space or in your area.
Sounds like Christendom. Get back. Or go back.
Is there anything else you want to tell us before we end this?
That was like a woman crying, but I couldn't understand what she was saying, like she was in distress.
Again, that will make sense to the room. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of it's strange. It's like at different points we use this at different points throughout the night, even when without the headphones. And we've had a couple of sessions where it seems to be like that, where there's a lot more, like something stopping, and some energy coming through. But when it does come through, it tended to be children, or females that came through.
It's strange, isn't it? I mean, obviously, trying to piece together some of the answers that you were given and leading the questions was more trying to just go off whatever you said and bounce it back and try and get something further. But again, it just seemed to pick up on children, and
Yeah.
It was sort of a conflict between possibly a child and maybe a female who saw what was going on with children as well, but then maybe she ended up suffering the same fate, or maybe, you know, it was sort of the witchcraft element to it, and then
Potentially.
yeah, but
yeah, it was
interesting.
definitely yeah. I mean, it kind of hinted at the witchcraft bit. There was a bit in there about hanging and lynching.
And I think you were in the wrong room for being touched as well, weren't you?
I know, that was very strange, honestly, guys. It just felt like somebody just put the hand there and cut me Uji watch it. Yeah, not here for that. But yeah, I mean, at least he backed off. Like, I want that happening the second time.
There was a few. I didn't actually say it to camera, but there was a few very audible noises by the door. A few little knocks and stuff, but yeah, it's interesting. Like, yeah, it's a really good experiment. And I mean, when you put it on and started it, as I thought about doing this the last time and it didn't, but I just said to the camera, I said basically I'm not gonna say anything, you know, purposely for the first minute, and I didn't say anything. You didn't say anything, so I thought okay. And I think the minute I opened my mouth, you then responded to something. So well, okay, that's not too bad, but yeah.
Oh, hello.
What's that?
Cat ball on the chair in front of me.
It's off in my room.
Yeah.
For sake. I mean, yay. I just couldn't wait, could it?
Funny enough, when you were doing your
What me number two? Sorry.
when you were doing your S-box experiments, you did turn around and say in the chair.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
I thought I was obviously referencing me because I was in the chair, but
It was either in the chair or my chair.
okay.
Right, okay, guys. So what we've decided to do, given that we're starting to get some activity now, and it's stupid o'clock in the morning, it's time to split up.
Yeah, perfect timing to be honest. But I think that's definitely sort of a next step now to kind of wake us up a little bit, and hopefully see if whoever or whatever's here will kind of maybe talk on an individual basis. So unfortunately, I don't think there is an unfortunate really here, is there? Because they're both not very nice places where we're going. So I'm going to stay in here in the Bishop's room, and Chris is going to go and reacquaint himself in the witch's room.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to get comfy on the bed in the witch's room, because I've sat in the chairs, so I'm going to load the chairs up. We've literally brought every bit of kit that flashes or makes a noise, and we've put it in these rooms with us. So if it flashes or makes a noise and it hasn't been battery drained, because we've just had another camera malfunction on us and drain battery and won't even switch on. So yeah, it's starting to play with our equipment now. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this young fella on his lock-off camera down there.
I'll transfer over to you now.
And that lock-off will show me walking out that door and going into the witch's room. So good luck, mate.
Yeah, good luck to you. And obviously just down the corridor, so give us a shout. But
yeah. He who screams first, or he who screams loudest, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Good luck.
Yeah, you too.
Leaving your door open, because I think you'll get locked in.
You're too right, it's staying open, unless something paranormal closes it, and then you will hear me.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
right, okay.
Right, I'll speak to you in half an hour or so. Right.
Right, okay, guys. I'm gonna have a lay down.
So Chris has just left now to go to the witch's room. Again, I mean, it's hard to kind of argue who's drawn the short straw here, because he had loads happen to him there. He had the cat ball light up and roll at him. He was also touched there as well. So, but equally, this is supposedly the most haunted room in the most haunted place in the UK. So, honestly, I'm just trying to. What I don't like is the door open. Now, I mean, I probably prefer the door being shut, but I want to get out, so it's staying open. But generally, just constantly feel. I mean, I can look on the lock off and see the door there, but I feel like someone's massively over my shoulder watching me.
So if there is anyone here, maybe you can touch one of the pieces of equipment or sit in one of the chairs. Push open the door or close the door. There's a device I've placed on the bed. Maybe you could use it to tell me your name. Maybe this was your bed. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, intense pain in me back then, guys.
Okay, so this is why we're here. Hello? What was that noise again? Hello? Just gearing up to start then as well. Right. If there is anyone here with me now, I don't mean you any harm, any disrespect whatsoever. There are a number of devices in this room. Thank you. There's a number of devices in this room. Oh, thank you. As you can see. Right, okay. Thank you very much. Is this a male that I'm talking? Right, okay, thank you. Okay. So this is a male. Is this possibly a religious figure that I'm speaking to? Possibly a priest? Or a bishop?
if you'd like to talk to me and try and set the device off again, or any number of devices that are in the room, there's a couple on the chairs, there's a couple on the bed. I swear to God, it looks like there's a head sticking out from behind that chair, and if there is, I'm surprised the bloody sat in it. I need to put my torch on to kind of see. Right, there's not. I swear that it looked like there was a head sticking out from that chair. I don't know if it's just kind of the way the light's working on it, but yeah, it must be sort of the way the light is reflecting with the shadow. But it looks like that dummy from downstairs with the head just sort of sticking up. Felt like the bed was vibrating then, but equally it might just be my ass is just shaking because of where I am.
Should I sit over at the table? Is that where you are? Mason. I mean, stonemason. Is that what you did? Were you one of the slaves who worked on St. Mary's Church?
It sort of goes to show, it backs up what we were talking about before with the whatever is here sort of comes in, does it, and then goes, and then there's that sort of short bursts, and then it goes flat for a few minutes, and then it suddenly comes back, and then nothing, and it's very up and down. But needless to say, it's one spooky ass room, I'll tell you that. I mean, it's one spooky place, to be fair. You just need to experience it for yourself.
We have to go soon, so this is your last chance. It's been an absolute pleasure to be in your home.
I know there's been some quite devious people.
Drain camera.
Well, funny you should say that. So was that you who did that? We've had constant, I mean, the disruption on our equipment tonight has been ridiculous. We've had the SD card's not working, the Tascam isn't working for EVPs. We've had to, one of the cameras downstairs is now out of action.
Activity.
That's you, right. Chris, is that you?
It is me, yeah. I'm the activity.
So, was activity, and it was just that, Chris. Within, I think,
Sorry to interrupt, guys.
within about 4 minutes, the cat ball on the chair went off twice, and then again, boom, down. I've heard a couple of noises, a couple of rustles there, but yeah, it's hard going. It is trying to force it, but
As I've just said on the cameras in there, though, it's like the birds are singing, the dawn's breaking, and it's almost like I've just likened it to the good old fashioned horror film when you've got to see your way through to the dawn.
Right. Thank you. I'm going to leave it there now. Pick these up. And in the outer pockets.
Sleep.
Well, yeah. I mean, if there's ever a relevant word, I'm not. Unfortunately, we can't sleep here because we haven't got long left. So yeah, but probably go home and have a kip.
Well guys, that's the end of our 12-hour lockdown in the Ancient Ram for this Halloween special. What's your feelings, mate?
I mean, it's nice to be back outside, to be honest. Yeah, there's been some unbelievable moments, an unbelievable building for, you know, our next Halloween special that we put together. It's our second one, and I think they're only just getting better and better each time we do it. Equipment faults, lights, noises, bangs. I think it's kind of had everything, hasn't it, really, this one?
I mean, I've never known us go through so many batteries. We've had memory cards fail on us tonight. Everything that could have gone wrong equipment-wise has gone wrong, but we did it.
Yeah, and again, it's all thanks to you guys at home for helping us and supporting the channel. And please, if you haven't already, consider subscribing and being a member, and you know, who knows where we'll end up next.
Yeah, exactly. But no, for this one, guys, as you can hear by our voices, it's been a long night, but we hope you've enjoyed this Halloween special. But that's it for this one, so take care, guys. Thanks for watching.
See you soon. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra now.